But I'd like to hold this up for everyone because it's from Maurice and Joan. And I'd like to read this out. Our thanks to you all for the beautiful bouquet of flowers and for all your good wishes and thoughts on our golden wedding anniversary. From Joan and Maurice. Congratulations.
This is a momentous day in the history of our church, in as much that it marks the retirement from official duties of both Maurice and Joan. And it has to be said that it would be difficult to exaggerate the value of the contributions that Maurice and Joan have made to the life and work of the Church of the Divine Unity. Maurice has had a lifelong commitment to this church, following in his parents' footsteps. He has been around for much of the life of this building, and he has seen huge changes that have taken place over time, especially in the scale of church activities. Throughout his long association with our church, he has shown unwavering dedication and all that the church stands for. This alone would rate an honourable mention and thanks. But Maurice's contribution has been so much more than simply being a long-standing member of the congregation. He has led our worship on too many occasions to count, and he has always given support to others who do so by valuing their contributions and providing encouragement. He has taken a leading role in the badminton club over many years, and his enthusiasm has been a significant factor in keeping the club going. But beyond his active participation in these aspects of church life, we are all, of course, aware of the huge contribution he has made as chairman of the management committee. The quiet dignity and efficiency with which he has carried out the work of chairman has been obvious for all to see. But there are many things that are unseen. Much of the work of a good chairman cannot be pinned down in a job description with a tick list of duties. It is also about presence, about leadership, and about giving members confidence that the organisation is in good hands. Maurice, in his modest and unassuming way, has displayed these qualities in abundance, and he's done all this with immense good humour and cheerfulness, and sometimes while having to cope with health issues. There are many things that he has done behind the scenes without fuss, like dealing with visitors of various kinds, getting involved with grant applications, liaising with maintenance people and legal people and others. Here are just a couple of examples to illustrate his unsung work. First, we are grateful for the way that he has held things together and kept the show on the road. This was evident in the way that he stepped in when volunteers were in short supply and took on the job of secretary for several years, in addition to being chairman. This was typical of his willingness to give all to this church. Another example is the way in the past he has handled a number of extremely sensitive and very awkward problems with people. Long-standing members of the congregation know that there have been one or two very difficult occasions when he has had to exercise huge patience, firmness, tact, and diplomatic skills. We've always known that, like the fixtures and fittings, Maurice is just there. We've often taken for granted that there is a responsible and capable person at the helm. Now is the time when we can no longer coast with that easy assumption. And we want to say a heartfelt thanks for your leadership and friendship and your outstanding contribution to the church in so many ways over so many years. We also owe a great debt of gratitude to Joan. Our principal activity is our regular Sunday worship service and the fellowship afterwards. The Sunday service has been the central focus of meeting together since the church was founded, so the importance of making sure that this happens cannot be underestimated. For many years, Joan has ensured that we have had a variety of people to lead the services, a balance of people from our own congregation and a mix of Unitarian and non-Unitarian outsiders. Keeping contacts with so many people and juggling all the dates is not an easy task, and we are indeed fortunate that Joan has managed to do this in such a proficient manner and, week after week, keep us supplied with leaders for our services. In many other ways too, Joan has contributed to the church, dealing with flowers, membership of the management committee, and importantly, being a strong support for us. Were we to go upstairs right now to the outer vestibule of the church, we would see a list of all the ministers who have served this movement since the 17th century. What we would not see are the names of that multitude of dedicated, hard-working individuals whose efforts and tireless work provided the bedrock and maintained the foundations of our movement. Maurice and Joan are two such people, and they can be justly proud to be part of that illustrious band of unsung heroes who have laboured to keep Unitarianism alive in Newcastle, and without whom we would possibly not be here today. And so, on behalf of our predecessors, on behalf of the present congregation, which you have both served so well, and on behalf of any who may come in the future, we can only see two words. Thank you.
On behalf of the church, I'd like to present you and Maurice with these gifts as a token of our thanks for the dedicated work you've put in.
On behalf of both of us, can I just say a heartfelt thank you? I must admit that I kept wanting to turn around to see who it was who'd come in that David was talking about. Yeah, I grew up here. I first came here over 70 years ago. I do emphasise that I was extremely small at the time, and not at that time a member of the management committee. Joan, of course, came later. She is a multi-generation Unitarian from Lancashire. And anybody who ever studied the history of Unitarianism knows that the Lancastrians really ruled the roost as far as the movement is concerned. And I must say thank you. I repeat what I've already said to members on the committee. I'm retiring, I'm not disappearing. And whatever talents I may have and whatever knowledge I may have will always be at the disposal of the management committee or of any individual member of the management committee who just wants a bit of guidance about how to do something and thinks I might be able to help. I guarantee I will, but, well, both of us will always be there. Thank you all very much indeed.
Well, I think it's not understating it to say without what you two have done, we would not be here today. You've held it so strong for so many years. So thank you very, very much.
Not very well. Thank you very much.